Hi guys, and welcome back. In today's Pick a Card Tarot reading, we are getting a message from your future self. So I'm not sure how far in the future. We're just going to see what comes through, what your future self has to say to you. It could be any type of message. We're just going to leave it pretty open. But anyway, that is today's topic. So let's go ahead and get started. So today we have 3 groups to choose from. This is group 1, group 2, and group 3. For group 1 today, we have a natural clear quartz. For group 2, we have a natural apophyllite point. I'm not really sure what the difference is between apophyllite and quartz. I'm pretty sure they're different elements, but they look so similar. And then for group 3, we have another natural clear quartz point, but it's much smaller. So as always, take as much time as you need to decide which group or groups you feel most drawn to. Oh, and I forgot to say, you can ask about a specific situation, or you can just leave it open as well. Just do what works for you. So if you have multiple situations on your mind, you might be drawn to more than one pile. You do you. But anyway, just go ahead and click the corresponding timestamp in the description box below this video, and I will see you in just a second in your read. Hi group 1, and welcome to your reading. You guys chose the larger clear quartz point today. So the topic for today's Pick a Card Tarot reading is we're getting a message from your future self. So the topic is whatever your future self wants to bring through, whatever it is they want to say. You might have had a specific situation in mind, you might not have, but let's just jump in. So I wanted to start off this reading by just getting a little bit of a picture of the energy your future self is in, just to kind of see where you're at in the future, where is this message coming from, what's their point of view. So for that, we have a gear from the Norse mythology cards, and it says hospitality, abundant, and currents. So I want to say your future, I keep wanting to say spouse, sorry, your future self is coming from a space where they are very abundant, very plentiful financially. You're doing amazing financially, to the point where it's not just okay, you have this wealth built up, you have, this big old nest egg, you got a nice savings account, you got investments going. It's more than that. It's you have so much money that you're generous, kind of you feel really comfortable being generous. I feel like you are in a very generous place. You're very giving. I don't know if it's because you're giving lots of donations to charity, or you're just very helpful to the people in your life, the people in your community, your family, something like that. But you are so not afraid of finances, to the point where you can basically just give so much that seems like a lot to other people, and it's just easy for you because you are in this place of stability. And it's not just that you've amassed wealth, it's you've built something big. You're really good at moving money. You are you might even, maybe you've created some jobs. I don't know if some of you've created a successful business or something like that. Whether it's your own, from anything from a small consulting firm, an accounting firm, something like that, to an actual big business where you're affecting a lot of different people. I just feel like you've kind of gained this power and status beyond just the money. Your choices with money actually just affect a lot of people, as if you control something in the jobs or the markets or something like that. So you've definitely achieved success in your career, I'm going to say. What else did we have? Okay, we have the peacock. Okay, you're also just really confident. Really confident. You might even be a little bit showy with your money, and not in a way where it's desperate showy. Sometimes people get really eager to make money just so they can show off their status, and it's you might have some of those status symbols, right? You might have the nice car, you might have the really nice house with the beautiful kitchen, and I don't know what it is you're looking for, but you might have some of those markers of wealth, but they're not for show. They're just, you just have the freedom to purchase them, and maybe you just like nice things. But it seems like you are helping other people get to that point too. It's not like you're being greedy and hoarding your money. There's this big inflow and outflow of your money. Like I said, I feel like you've created jobs for some people. Like a lot of people's livelihood is in your hand, and I feel like you're generous. Like if you have your own company, for instance, and you have all these jobs for people, it's like you pay the people really well. Like maybe you pay them above market rate. And maybe it's really competitive to work for you because you have created such a nice place. It just feels like you've created a lot of luxury and comfort around yourself, around the people you support, that kind of thing. So this is amazing, group one. It seems like you're at least in a very great place financially. So let's see what their message for you is now. Now that we know that that's where they're coming from. Let's see. So for your runes, we have Ansus, which is kind of the rune of the alphabet, letters, messages, things like that. And then we have Sowilo, which is the rune of the sun. And it's very much about victory and success. So your future self, in terms of them looking at your current situation, I feel like maybe they're clearly trying to help you get a win. Well, like they're trying to help you get some type of W, and I don't think it's necessarily one from where you currently are to where they are right now, because I feel like there's quite a few different steps, but I think they want to help you get to your next win from where you are now. That's going to move it along to where they are. Maybe some of you are feeling certain, maybe some of you are lacking some confidence or something like that. I feel like though what they're kind of wanting to say is getting to this next victory, getting to this next win is actually a little bit simpler than you're making it out to be. There might be some overthinking going on, and we'll see what the cards have to say in a minute here, but it might be as simple as just sending a message, perfecting the words or the documents you need to fill out. I don't know if this next win requires paperwork of some kind. But it just seems like what you need to focus on is the little meticulous details of something. And if it's like paperwork, like for instance, if you're applying for something, like maybe you need a professional credential to get some to obtain this next victory, this next win. And this is something relative to where you are now. So it must be some type of goal in your field of vision that you can see right now that you are aiming towards. And they're saying it's not that difficult. Just make sure you've dotted your I's and crossed your T's, the phrase. So focus on the paperwork or the documents or the application or something like that. Just make sure that is perfect. Because as long as there's no mistakes in that, it seems like it actually might go really smoothly. Paperwork, documents, application, test, something like that. I don't know if you're trying to like get into somewhere, or it could be job applications, I guess. Maybe your next job. Just make sure your resume and cover letter are on point, tailored to where you're going. Maybe you're trying to get into like a really good professional program or a grad school or something like that. It's just like focus on the little details in something. It's like you don't have to do more. You just have to make something look nicer, I guess. But let's see here. That's upside down. Okay, so from the Norse mythology cards, we have Fornjat, which says temperance. Okay, from the angelic oracle cards, we have yes. So it just seems like maybe you're asking a question like, is this going to work out? Should I even bother? The answer is like, yes, just make sure things are cleaned up. Make sure the details are in order. It's like you already have enough. Like you don't have to work hard. You don't have to try hard anymore. It's like you've already done that. So stop worrying so much about this next step or this next part of the goal, because it's like, that's already taken care of. Just don't do anything dumb that's going to mess it up. Like don't push too fast. So from the animal spirit cards for their message, we have the oyster in reverse and we have the fire ant. I'm gonna look at all these. So from the Dominion cards, we also have the Monastery and the Ghost in reverse. Okay. So it's like you're angry about something. Like your future self is seeing you as angry. You're upset about something, or maybe there's just too much competition. Maybe you're just like so focused on the competitive aspect of something that you're like worried and you're trying too hard, when it's actually just as simple as making sure the details are in order. Like for instance, if you're just looking for a job and that's the next win, that's your next goal on your career path, since it seems like your future self's wanting to talk about your career, since that's the energy they chose to bring in. Maybe some of you are just frustrated because, like, look how many ants are on this card and they're all competing for this one little scrap of food. I doubt that's what ants are actually doing. I don't think ants compete like that, but that's just what it looks like right now. But it's like all these ants are competing for this one little scrap of food. And it's like, actually, you're already better than the competition. There's just maybe something in your resume or applications that just needs a little bit of tweaking. Like maybe you can reorganize some things, or maybe you have a typo on there that's getting you like rejected immediately, so you're not even in the running when you should be, because everything's already perfect. There's just like some tweaks, some details. Just focus on that kind of stuff. With the oyster in reverse, it's almost like you're also hiding some skills and talents. Either if this is a job application, you're hiding them, you're keeping them away from employers, like when you shouldn't, for instance. Or this could be you're hiding something within yourself, like you're not letting it out, something that's going to help you succeed. And it's like a big part of you, a big part of your skill set, a big part of your talent that you're either not showing or you're not nurturing it. So for instance, say, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a skill. Public speaking. Maybe you have some kind of natural aptitude for public speaking, but you're not using it at all, or you're not practicing it at all. So it's not going anywhere, but maybe it's something your soul incarnated with. You're supposed to do some kind of public speaking, something like that. But you're keeping it hidden. You're keeping it closed under this oyster shell. So it's some talent. It's some skill that I feel like it's not just that you're hiding it from the outside world. You're also hiding it from yourself. You're keeping it kind of locked away in a tower, so to speak. And I feel like you should know exactly what this is, because it's like a big thing. It's a big thing that's not being used. It's like maybe you focused on the stuff that was harder for you to obtain, and so you think it's like a bigger deal, or it's a better skill for some of these other things about yourself that you've worked on, because you had to work harder to get them. Like maybe you had to work hard to get this degree, so that's the bigger skill in your book. But maybe it's something natural, and of course even natural talents, you have to work on them, you have to hone them, you have to practice them to keep them going, right? It's kind of like people who are naturally good artists, they still have to practice to get better, just because you have a natural talent for drawing, people that become really good at it still practice every day, right? So maybe some of you, the talent I'm talking about is drawing, but it's just like, I feel like some of you are downplaying some of your really, I want to say elite, some of your really elite natural skills, just because it's natural. Like, it's almost, our society kind of glorifies hard work, things that you've worked hard for, and maybe that's why you're downplaying this other skill, is because you haven't worked that hard for it, even though you apparently have some kind of elite level talent. So it's like, stop doing that, I guess, is the message. Stop hiding it. This skill is just as valuable or more valuable. Even if it seems unrelated to your other skills, it might be something that your future self is trying to tell you to put out there that's going to help you get to this next victory, to this next win. Yeah, and with the ghost in reverse here, it's stop hiding, stop being so invisible. For some of you, it might just be your confidence in general. Maybe that's why the peacock is here. Your future self is a lot more confident than you are right now. Even if you consider yourself particularly confident, your future self is like, even more so. Like, it feels like they've eliminated all insecurities. Like, they don't worry what other people think. And it's almost like they've kind of flipped things, right? Because they have people working for them, for a lot of you, not all of you, but like, since that example came through, it's like they have employees. People are trying to impress them. They're not trying to impress other people anymore. And they want you to start embodying that energy more right now. Let other people impress you. Not you trying so hard to impress other people. Like, you're not trying to fight against the competition to stand out to impress other people. They want you to start being the person who other people are trying to impress. And maybe that seems far away, far-fetched for you right now, but they're saying it's not. Like, they just want you to start embodying that energy. And it's not to say that you don't need to try to maybe impress a potential employer or something, but don't just be desperate and take whatever comes your way. It just seems like whenever you start letting whatever these hidden talents are out, that's going to happen more naturally. People are going to try to impress you more, not the other way around. But let's see. Time for tarot. So let's see, that's upside down. Okay, Spirit or Group 1's future self. Please tell us more. What is your message? What is your message for Group 1? What do you want to say? Okay, we have strength. What else do you want to say? Okay, so that's strength, the 10 of Wands, and the Knight of Swords, the 7 of Pentacles. It's like you've already, it's what I was saying in the beginning, you've already done enough. And maybe you're stressing yourself out, you're wearing yourself out over something that can be fixed by correcting a small detail or by focusing on, you know, the little finishing touches or the finalizations, or it's just something like that. It's just minor details that perfect the end result, something like that. Like I said, it's something as simple as like moving something around on your resume or fixing a typo or just something like that. Because you're already strong. You're a strong candidate, or you already have the skills to succeed for whatever this win is. Like, for instance, if it's an athletic competition, you already have the I just feel like I should cover that up. You already have the ability. Like, you can already win, and it might just be something about perfecting like your health or your eating or something. It's like you're already there. You're already there. There's just tiny things. 10 of Wands. You've already done the hard work. And the Knight of Swords, you can get there quickly. Like this can happen really quickly for you, this next win, if you just fix these little things, these little details. The 7 of Pentacles, it's like the seeds are already planted. Everything's already growing. Just don't sabotage it by worrying so much. I guess just kind of be at a more even-keeled place. Work on your confidence, especially. We do have the Strength card here coming up, so that is more about confidence. So I just think work on your self-confidence, work on showing yourself more, putting yourself out there a little bit more. But when I say put yourself out there a little bit more, I mean more in the sense of put yourself out there in a quality, not quantity kind of way. So going back to the job application thing, since that is the example we're using here, it is just an example though. Don't put as many resumes out there. Just maybe spend more time tailoring for just the right job. And there's also this message from your future self: be more selective, right? Because you don't want any job. You want the job that's right for you, because people need to impress you. Jobs need to impress you. That's, again, the energy they're trying to get you to adopt, because that's who they are. They want you to start moving more towards where they are. Hi, Group 2, and welcome to your reading. You guys chose the Apophyllite today. So the topic for today's Pick a Card tarot reading is a message from your future self. So pretty open-ended. We just want to see what the future you has to say about the current you. So let's get started. So first I want to see like who your future self is. Like, what is the energy they're coming from? What have they done in the future? Where are they at? So we can kind of get some perspective on the message that wants to come through. So from the Norse mythology cards, we have Frosti, which says mindfulness, lightness, and impermanence. So I feel like your future self is having more fun. And I'm hearing more, so they're having more fun. So whatever it is their current or their lifestyle is more fun than whatever it is you're doing right now. I feel like they might leave things up a little bit. They might be a little bit more spontaneous. They might be a little bit more flexible, willing to change directions more readily. I feel like they would describe themselves as less rigid than how you currently are, that they're just more flexible. For some of you, maybe it's more physically flexible. I don't know. Your future self has done more stretching and yoga and things like that. But especially if you're dealing with a lot of like physical tension, I feel like they're wanting to come in and say that's been resolved at this point. Let's see. I feel like your future self's also at the point they're coming through from. It's also, they're embodying a little bit more sexual or asexual energy. I feel like they would just describe themselves as more free, more fluid, less rigid, that kind of thing. Also, there's something about a temperature change. One second, my dog is begging for attention. Sorry about that. I am back. So from your animal spirit cards, we have the dragonfly. Okay, so dragonflies also change direction pretty quickly and pretty rapidly as well. So there is something more fluid about the lifestyle. Maybe there's just more freedom in your lifestyle. I don't know if some of you, your future self is like, they have like some kind of work from home job and then they're just traveling to different places and they're kind of living maybe a lifestyle where they're physically changing direction a lot, or it's just maybe your future self is just maybe a little bit less goal oriented or less goal obsessed, something like that. They've become less of a perfectionist, maybe, if some of you struggle with perfectionism. There's also this, it's like your future self's coming through with this attitude of I don't give a fuck. That like they have less fucks to give, like they don't care as much. And it's not like they don't care, like they don't have a big heart and they're not a caring person. Like they just don't, they're not sweating the small stuff, I guess. They're not sweating what other people think of them as much. I feel like they just have more of a carefree, I don't give a F kind of attitude. I'm not bothered by people, even if people hate me. People can do whatever they want. I'm just gonna focus on me and do my own thing. And maybe some of you, you're already kind of in that energy, but it's like your future self has moved so firmly in that energy. It's like almost unrecognizable. Like that they're doing a very good job of it. The dragonfly is also a bit aggressive, though. I feel like maybe your future self's coming from this place of like where they've become very aggressively self-protecting. That's not quite it. It's self-advocating. Like you've become very good at advocating for yourself. Saying what you want, knowing what you want, and advocating for that. Maybe a little bit aggressively as well. Because maybe you've just kind of adopted that attitude like, okay, I know life is short and I'm not going to waste my time on bad people or just situations or people that just don't enrich your life. It just seems like you're very much more focused on your life being rich and full and colorful than as much on what other people think or achieving goals or things like that. And I don't think it's not like your future self necessarily doesn't have goals or anything. It's just like maybe they've just reprioritized some things. Like just, it's like you're prioritizing richness of experience in your life above all else, and you found a way to do that with comfort and stability as well. Because this character, they are sitting on this block, which is definitely representing stability to me. Like they have kind of this I don't give a fuck attitude. I'm doing what I want with me and with my life, but there's enough stability to support that lifestyle, kind of, if that makes sense. But let's see now what it is they actually want to say to you. I do want to say there is something very Piscean. I'm getting a lot of Pisces energy, a lot of Neptune energy as well. It doesn't have to be. Let's see. We have, for your runes, we have Feu, okay, and we have Thorn. So Thorn's another kind of aggressive rune. I just feel like you're not letting people hurt you anymore. I don't know, some of you are just dealing with a lot of negative, aggressive people, things like that. And it's just like, maybe you fight back now and you realized, okay, maybe if I show my teeth, people will stop hurting me. They don't think I'm so fragile, so they don't even try me anymore. So I kind of feel like maybe you've kind of adopted that energy of you're willing to show people your teeth, and that's keeping you safe, that's keeping you protected, that's keeping you stable and happy, right? I just feel like there's something about your energy where people just don't want to mess with you anymore. And maybe some of you are already there, but your future self is gotten even better at that. And then, or maybe part of the message is that they want to talk about that. We'll see with the cards here in a minute. But Feu is a rune of wealth and a rune of money. So I do feel like some of their message is also about that. So let's see. So for their message, for the Norse mythology cards, we have Ur, who is the Norn of the present. I also feel like this future self isn't super far into the future. I keep, like, the energy I'm getting is like 2 years. So it might be about 2 years in the future. This is a general reading though. So maybe it's 2 years max even. Like, it's not that far. And then we have, from the Angel Oracle, we have Manifestation. From the Animal Spirit, we have Crocodile. And then from the Dominion cards, we have Beggar and we have Wish. So I feel like your future self, maybe they're kind of seeing you in this bigger energy. This is the energy of lack. And it really could be financial lack with some of you here with the Feu rune. It's interesting money's coming through because that was also a thing in like group 1. I know the economy's not amazing right now, so I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe just a lot of people are dealing with that. So there's some energy of worry or lack here. It definitely could be financial. It could also just be lack of time, lack of freedom to do what you want, lack of freedom to live the lifestyle you want. And I feel like your future self is kind of wanting to come in with the message of how to get there, how to get rid of this lack, because it seems like they've done that somehow. Because your future self has that financial stability, they also have the freedom to do what they want with their life. I feel like your future self is seeing there's something in you right now, in whatever situation it is you're dealing with in your life right now, where you are holding your tongue. And I feel like you're holding your tongue about something that you're not happy about. Like you're not saying something, even though like it feels like gritting your teeth. So I feel like not for all of you, but for some of you, there's something like you're really angry about, or something that's not necessarily angry, but you're like irritated about something and you're not speaking about it. You're not making it known. So this could be a person who's annoying you. It could be an annoying roommate. It could be a situation at work. It could be a romantic partner. You're having an issue and you're holding your tongue about it. But this could also be not necessarily with another person. It might just be, maybe you're really frustrated and angry with just how your life's going, the situation in your life. This is not what you want to be doing. Maybe you're in a line of work that you just don't like. And see, I don't know if it's coming through in my voice, but I'm just feeling frustrated and irritated. Like, this is not what I want. This is not where I'm supposed to be. This is not where I want to be. And you're just like frustrated by the circumstances, whether it's because of a person or some people or just the situation in general. You don't like your job. You don't like where you're living. And you're holding your tongue about this. And your future self is seeing, like, it's like stuck inside of you. And it's like, it needs to not be stuck inside of you anymore, I guess. So, like I said, for some of you, you're holding your tongue. So it's like you need to say what you need to say. And it doesn't have to be in a mean way. But it needs to be in a way that's like aggressive enough that your point comes across, right? Because maybe somebody's like dismissing you. And maybe that's why you're holding your tongue, is because you know you're going to be dismissed. But you also don't want to explode. And you don't want to come across like you're crazy and angry because you've been holding it in for a long time or something like that. But it just seems like whatever it is, if you hold it in for longer, it's going to explode even worse later, right? So find a way to do it. Maybe you have to write it. Maybe you have to go in a circle, go around somebody. But it's like, if the situation you're in is causing that much frustration, you really need to start finding a solution. And with the manifestation card here and the Norn of the present, it's like you can change whatever's frustrating you. Like, it can change, but you have to actually do something about it. And it's like your future self saying, once you actually do that, once you do the thing that, you know, you stop holding your tongue, or you make the change or the decision or something, then somehow it's gonna I don't know, it's like things will work out. The problem's gonna go away. And if it's a conflict with somebody, like you're holding your tongue because you have an issue with somebody, like you might have to go through that conflict, and that's uncomfortable, but it's gonna be worth it. Right? Because your future self has, like I was saying, they have this don't give a fuck attitude. They're not as worried about stepping on people's toes, especially not worried about stepping on people's toes who's also stepping on your toes. It just seems like maybe you're not valuing yourself enough. Like, maybe you're letting some people step on your toes and it's frustrating you, but you feel like if you know, you try to speak up for yourself, it's gonna make you look bad, even though the other person is the one being bad, you know? Maybe you just have these weird mental mechanisms that are stopping you from, like I was saying, I feel like the best term is advocating for yourself in some way. So it's this holding your tongue energy, this holding yourself back, that's your future self is saying is keeping you in this beggar energy and this lack energy. So you have to take some type of aggressive step to step out of it. And it doesn't mean aggressive like go be mean, go attack somebody. Maybe it feels like that for some of you, where if you advocate for yourself, you feel like you're being aggressive and attacking, and your future self is saying that's not what happens. You're not hurting somebody by standing up for yourself. You're just stopping them from hurting you, right? And one of the things that I love here, and I'm going to get more clarity with the tarot in a second here, is we have the manifestation card and we have the wish card. So something that you're wishing for, something you're trying to manifest, that you're trying to weave together, this happens. This happens. Your future self is saying, this happens, this comes to fruition, but your major block is you holding your tongue right now. You refusing to take that aggressive or bold might be a better word, taking that bold step to move towards it. But since I said for almost all of you, your future self isn't that far in the future. It's like 2 years max. So whatever it is you're wishing for, it's going to happen within that time frame, that this manifestation or this wish. But let's pull tarot so we can see what that might be. Or just anything your future self wants to say. So future self of group 2. What do you want to say to group 2? What is it you want to say to group 2? You're not stuck. They just want to keep telling you that. You're not actually stuck. You know how like crocodiles, they're like in the water and they don't move very much, so you wouldn't know if they were stuck or not. It's like maybe you're moving too slowly, like a crocodile. Like you're just waiting for things to happen. You're waiting for the food to cross your path instead of going to get it. And your future self is just saying, stop worrying so much. Stop caring about all these people and their opinions and whatever it is, and just go get what you want. But anyway, your tarot, we have the 7 of Swords. Okay, if someone is lying to you, if someone's manipulating and you know it, and that's why you're holding your tongue, it's like, stop disrespecting yourself by being in the situation, right? Stop allowing yourself to be walked on. We have the Chariot. So that's 2 7s. 7 months. We have the World. Just start advocating for yourself. It's like they just want to say, just do it. Just do it. It's not that bad. Just do it. You are worth it. It is worth it. And it's going to help you develop a healthier attitude towards yourself, towards the world. No one's going to treat you like a doormat. I don't know if some of you are feeling like you're being treated like a doormat, but it's like also your money or your wealth is being tied up in you staying stuck, not taking a bold move, not speaking up for yourself, something like that. But it's like there's a lot of momentum, there's a lot of energy. Because the Chariot, this is moving fast. This is moving quickly. This is boldly plowing through something towards victory. And then we have the World here. This is accomplishment. So take the uncomfortable step. I feel like that's the message, is take the uncomfortable step, and then look, your manifestation, your accomplishment, your success, what you're actually wanting, the comfort, the ease, the freedom, the financial stability. It's there. It's past this step. And it's not going to make you a bad person to take that step. It really isn't. Especially if this action is not going to harm anybody and it's just going to protect yourself, you're not harming anybody. Like it's that simple. To just be willing to do that, to take the step. You know, I'm also hearing nobody owns you. I know that's not for everybody, but it's like for some of you, you are letting somebody walk on you, and your future self's just saying it's time to stop it. You know, that's what's going to free you. But anyway, that's what I have for you, group 2. I hope this resonated. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below, how this resonates for your situation. If you're new here and you liked this reading and you kind of like my style and my vibe, please consider subscribing. You are very welcome here. Feel free to check out my other videos as well. I make a lot of different pick a card tarot readings over here on a variety of topics, which you can find categorized under the playlist tab on my channel page, so go check those out if you're interested. But anyway, as always, thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye! Hi group 3, and welcome to your reading. You guys chose the little clear quartz today. So the topic for today's pick a card tarot reading is a message from your future self. So the future you, what do they want to say about where you are now and your current situation? What insight do they have? So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is we are going to look into the energy of your future self, like who they are, what's going on in their life, so we can kind of see their perspective, so we can kind of contextualize their message and have it make sense from where they're coming from. So let's do that. So where is your future self? What is going on with them? Okay, so from the Norse mythology cards, we have Thor. So maybe your future self is feeling very strong and powerful. And then, okay, we have the Lamb in reverse. That is crazy. So those two are like opposite energies, right? We have this strong, powerful, masculine energy, Thor. Oh, and I forgot to read the card. Sorry. It says strength, fertility, and protection. But I feel like most people are familiar with the god Thor. You know, he's the one with the hammer. He makes thunder. He's very powerful. Very powerful, very masculine. I also just said I heard the word family. So I don't know. Maybe your future self has a family. Your future self is your future self is tired. Your future self is really tired. I feel like maybe your future self has been in their masculine energy for a long time. Or maybe they're perceiving that you have. I'm sorry, this is like a kind of a weird contradictory energy here. So they're trying to say something really complicated to me, and I'm trying to figure it out exactly. Okay, so this message is not for everybody. I know, because not everybody wants a family or is planning a family, but there is a message here for those of you who are wanting to start a family, are planning that, and your future self, if that's the case, is coming through at the point where you've started this family. And I feel like it's weird they're coming through from this point in their life, but this is what it is. They're coming through from the point where you started a family and you have a newborn, and they're tired because they have a newborn. So for those of you who aren't wanting a family, or you've already had a family or something like that, and that's not in your future, it's something else like that. Like there's something new and precious that your future self has, that they are nurturing, but it's making them very tired. You know, they're not quite sleeping enough because this thing, they love it. It's very precious, which is, you know, like I said, it could be a newborn, but it could be a new project, something that they're putting a lot of energy and soul and heart into. They're nurturing it, but it's taking their energy. They are tired, and they're pouring a lot of both masculine and feminine energy into this, right? So a lot of masculine energy, hard work into this, but they're also nurturing it because it's their baby, either literally or metaphorically. So, yeah, that's where they're coming from. Let's see what it is that they want to say to you right now. Okay, interesting. So, the rune we have for what they want to say is Hagalas, which is hailstorm, which is the rune of chaos and destruction. So, let's see. I keep saying it's worth it. It's worth it. So whenever you come to this point in your life where you do have something new that you're nurturing and protecting, they want to say it's worth it. No matter how tired they are, there's nothing more rewarding. So don't hesitate on making this decision. So if that's for a family you want to start, or a project, business, something like that, it's like they're trying to say, yeah, it's hard work. It's going to be hard work. You're going to be tired, but it's so fulfilling. Let's see what the other cards have to say. Okay. From the Norse mythology cards, we have Gersemi and Snos, which says treasure, beauty, and design. From the Angel Oracle, we have do the work. We have vagrant, and then we have the earthworm in reverse. It seems like your future self is wanting to say where you currently are. They're kind of bogged down by their responsibilities right now for what it is they've chosen to do. And they're saying they don't regret this. This is not a problem, but it's a lot of work. So this is, the newborn project. I don't want to keep repeating that. But because they're so bogged down by those responsibilities, they're saying they don't have a lot of time. And they're saying where you currently are in your life, even if you don't feel like it, you have a lot more time, and you have more energy to be creative, be youthful, to explore a little bit more. And they're saying they don't necessarily regret how they spent their past or what you're doing right now, but they're saying they want you to focus while you still have that time and energy before this period of your life comes in. They want you to have more fun. They want you to be more creative. They want you to put more of your creative energy into things. Because it seems like at this point in their life that they're just too tired to work on those projects. So it's like, take advantage of that while you can. Like, you're gonna love this phase of your life too. Like they said, they love it. They don't regret it for the world. Their business, their baby, whatever it is. But right now, before that happens, maximize it, right? Maximize this time. It's kind of like maximize your youth. Whether you are young or not, maybe some of you are really young and you're just so focused on getting to the future, the next step, that you're not maybe enjoying the moment along the way. And it's kind of that message. They're like, enjoy where you are now. Where you are now is perfect. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of the energy you have, but especially the creative energy. It's almost like they want you to channel it into something, right? Because the earthworm here, the earthworm upright is shy about releasing all of its creative potential and talent. They're not releasing it, or they're at least, it might not be shy to release it. They're just not doing it. It's like they're sitting on all this creative potential and talent and they're not doing anything with it. So it's like your future self's wanting to say, now's the time, to seize the day, start using that creative talent, create something, go paint a mural, go write your book, go with the vagrant here, go travel, go study abroad, go do that fun, crazy, creative stuff while you have the time and the youth and energy to do it. Now is the day. Because it's like your future self, they know that once they're not nurturing this new thing, this baby, this business, whatever it is, like in their future, they'll be able to do it again. But it's like where you are now, you could do even more right now. So it's like, just do it. Seize the day, build the thing, stop talking yourself out of it, just actually start doing it. Do the thing, express yourself, be fun, be creative, dress the way you want, express yourself the way you want. And especially, it's like there's like something to create, like with those creative talents. I think that's why I said paint a mural or write a book. There's something that you want to do, and maybe you're just not doing it, or you're not putting as much energy into it, and they want you to kind of, like I said, maximize that energy. Let's see, what else do you have to say to group 3, please? We have the Magician. So yes, creation, action. And again, this angel oracle, it says do the work. So there's something about taking action here, taking creative action. Maybe they see that you could actually finish something. You could finish something really big before this phase in their life starts. And it would be worth it. It'd be so worth it. We have the 8 of Swords. Yeah, you're like talking yourself out of it. Putting yourself in a mental prison about it. When you shouldn't. It's just like, act on it. Do it. You are that good. You can do it. Do it now. It's like it needs to be perfect in your head before you start the creative project, and they're saying that's really not the way to go about it. 5 of Wands. Is that Wands? I also feel like maybe some of you, you're also like making up imaginary competition in your head. Maybe some of you have a real competition for whatever this creative project is, but it just feels like some of you, you're almost like, one of the ways you're talking yourself out of doing this or putting more of yourself into it is you're like preempting the criticism you're going to get. You know, if I do this, then all these negative people are going to say this specific thing. Therefore, I have to perfect this specific thing. And it's like, don't do that. Just do it. Be free flowing, be creative while you have fewer responsibilities. The Tower. It's almost like you have nothing to lose either. That's part of the problem of talking yourself out of it. It's like you're calamitizing something when there's actually not really much to lose. So it's just maximize your time. There's nothing really bad that can happen if you just try, or you just create, or you just express yourself more. 3 of Cups. Also something about, it's just plan more fun things, do more fun activities, especially with your friends. It's almost like it's Knight of Wands. Yeah, of course. Don't be so responsible, right? The future, where your future spouse is, they have to be responsible. They're happy to be super responsible, but it's like right now, it's like, yes, you have responsibilities to take care of those responsibilities. Don't throw them away, but don't be overly responsible to the point where you are restricting yourself from your fun and your youth and your creativity. Be a little bit more irresponsible. I mean, don't go crazy. Don't jump off a cliff. Unless one of the things you want to do is skydiving or bungee jumping, of course. But I mean, if you want to safely jump off a cliff with a guide and an instructor, then fine. But like, don't prematurely age yourself. Don't throw more responsibilities on yourself that you don't need right now. It's like have a little more fun. I feel like that's really all they want you to do, is to just make more of the time you have right now. That's all. They want you to have a full, fulfilling life is kind of the main thing. But anyway, group 3, I'm going to end this right here. I hope this resonated. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below, even if it's just to let me know which group you were in. That's very appreciated. If you're new here and you liked this reading, it resonated, and you kind of like my style and you kind of like my vibe, please consider subscribing. You are very welcome here. I make a lot of different pick a card tarot readings over here on a variety of topics, which you can find categorized under the playlist tab on my channel page. So go check those out if you're interested. But anyway, as always, thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.